Channeled message.
Your mother recognized the hand on your life early. She did not respond to it with protection. She responded to it with interference. What should have been nurtured was tampered with. What should have been affirmed was destabilized. She worked on your confidence before you had language for confidence, worked on your judgment before you knew how to trust yourself, and worked on your sense of worth before you understood what was being taken from you. By the time love entered the picture, the ground had already been altered. The well was poisoned long before the first wrong man arrived. That is why destruction kept showing up in a familiar form. The sabotage was not only in the men, it was in the preparation, it was in the training, it was in the way danger was made to feel recognizable, in the way confusion was woven into attachment, in the way pain was introduced so early that later violations could pass as intimacy, chemistry, or fate. Her influence reached into your love life, your discernment, your ambition, and your path. She did not merely wanted you delayed, she wanted you spiritually handicapped. A woman who cannot trust what she sees, cannot trust what she feels, and cannot trust what God placed inside of her. She wanted you easy to mislead, easier to bind, easier to hand over to people who would finish the damage. Your life was supposed to follow the same corridor her life followed. More bondage, more loss, more compromise, more men with dark assignments, more chaos posing as romance, more punishment every time you got close to your real direction. She had already run that pattern through the bloodline. It took hold in other places. It was meant to take hold in you with even greater force. You were supposed to inherit her fate, then carry an even heavier version of it. Not freedom, not healing, not restoration. Repetition, extension, ruin with your name on it. What made you difficult to destroy was a part of you that never fully consented to the script. Something in you kept resisting the lie even while living inside its effects. Something in you kept reaching for what was true, even when the truth had been buried under family distortion, spiritual corruption, and emotional sabotage. That is why the pressure in your life felt so personal. A cycle can tolerate pain. A cycle can tolerate confusion. A cycle can tolerate silence. What it cannot tolerate is a daughter who starts seeing the design. Once you begin naming the pattern starts losing power. Once you stop romanticizing what harmed you, the inheritance starts breaking. Once you refuse to hand your future over to the same forces that fed on the women before you, the whole structure starts shaking. Her intention was not simply to wound you. Her intentions was to reroute you. She wanted your gifts buried under survival. She wanted your calling tied up in recovery. She wanted your relationships turned into traps, your paths turned into detours, and your spirit so worn down enough to mistake bondage for destiny. Her hope was that you would never separate what was yours from what was planted in you. Her hope was that you could keep calling the curse your character, keep calling the sabotage your choices, and keep calling inherited damage your identity. That failed. The reason it failed is simple. The curse could press on your life, but it could not become your life. The distortion could circle you, but it could not define you. The sabotage could slow you down, but it could not cancel what was written over you before she ever touched the well. What she tried to pass down as fate became the very thing you were built to expose, reject, and break.
End of message.